Good afternoon, I'm Denise Tan, and this is One News Now. Typhoon Jenny has slightly weakened as it moves northwestward over the Philippine Sea. Pag-asa last spotted Jenny center some 330 kilometers east of Itbayat in Batanes. It has maximum sustained winds of 155 kilometers per hour and gustiness of up to 190 kilometers per hour. Jenny is forecast to make landfall in Taiwan between Wednesday and Thursday after leaving the Philippine area of responsibility. The typhoon is expected to weaken starting today. Still, tropical wind cyclone signal number 2 is up over Batanes. Signal number 1, meanwhile, is in effect over Cagayan, the northern and eastern portions of Isabela and Apayao, as well as in the northeastern portion of Abra, northern portion of Kalinga, and Ilocos Norte. Typhoon Jenny will continue to enhance the southwest monsoon or habagat, which will bring rains over the western portions of central Luzon, southern Luzon, and Visayas in the next 3 days. Moving on, experts weigh in on the significant drop in President Bongbong Marcos's approval and trust ratings. Ana Tabunda, the director of Pulse Asia, which conducted the survey, said the administration should address the population's woes. If not, she said Marcos's ratings would likely decline further. Another Pulse Asia survey showed inflation is a top concern among Filipinos. For former Finance Undersecretary Shelo Magno, Marcos Jr. should reassess the implementation of his policies. The chief executive's approval rating fell by 15 points to 65% from 80% in June, while his trust rating declined to 71 from 85.
Yung pagbaba ng ratings ng Pangulo, malaking epekto dito yung pagtaas ng mga bilihin. Dito papasok yung pagtimbang ba kapag namumuno ka sa pamahalaan. Una, kailangan data-driven. Pangalawa, kailangan malinaw sa'yo kung ano ba magiging epekto ng polisiya na i-implement mo para sa mga taong bayan.
Dapat pong pagtuunan to ng pansin ng administrasyon na hindi siya makontento na majority pa rin naman ang approval rating niya. Pero subukan nila talaga i-address yung mga issue na hinaharap ng mga tao. Kung hindi po, baka tuloy-tuloy yung...
The camp of House Deputy Speaker Gloria Macapagal-Arroyo is confident that the new graft cases against the former president will be junked. Arroyo is facing new complaints over the alleged misuse of 38 billion pesos from the Malampaya Fund. The lawmakers' legal counsel, Ferdinand Topacio, said they only knew of the charges through media reports. Nevertheless, he stressed that the former president did not do anything wrong during her term. In other news, the Department of Migrant Workers is investigating the death of a Filipina domestic helper in Saudi Arabia. The victim was identified as 32-year-old OFW Margaret Garcia. She sustained multiple stab wounds. The DMW said Garcia was found dead in the city of Al-Khobar and that the agency was not notified about it on September 27. A Kenyan suspect is now under the custody of Saudi authorities.
Well, initial investigation lang ito kasi si paborito ng kanyang paborito ng kanyang amo. So nagkaroon yata ng konting inggitan, pero ito pa lang yung ikwinento sa amin. Yun ang naging sanhi kung bakit nangyari ito. Gawa rin ng kanyang kasamang kasambahay na taga-ibang bansa.
Garcia started working in Saudi back in 2021. She last spoke to her family on September 15. Before the incident, the victim mentioned that her employer has kicked out a co-worker for bad behavior. The Garcia family is now hoping for the immediate repatriation of Margaret's remains. Time to take a quick break. One News Now will be back with more stories after that. Stay with us. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Denise Tan. The Justice Department is now preparing to file a case against China for the destruction of coral reefs in the West Philippine Sea. Justice Secretary Boying Remulla cited their own investigation pointing to Chinese maritime militia behind the act. The DOJ has already consulted with Executive Secretary Lucas Bersamin regarding the agency's next steps. Remulla added he will meet the concerned personalities who can help with the build-up of the case for filing at the Permanent Court of Arbitration.
Itong mga corals, sinira nila para ginawang panambak. Pinagawang panambak sa iba't ibang lugar sa West Philippine Sea para palabasin na mayroong mga natural formations na gusto nila i-claim later on.
We now give you a look at today's other top stories. Palawan 3rd District Representative Edward Hagedorn has died at 76 years old. The news was announced on his official Facebook page. Earlier this year, Hagedorn revealed that he had been battling stage 4 pancreatic cancer. The congressman was a known advocate for the environment, tourism, agriculture, and peace and order. Mixed movement in fuel prices and an upward adjustment in cooking gas prices today, Tuesday, October 3. Gasoline prices are down by 2 pesos per liter and kerosene by 50 centavos a liter. On the other hand, diesel is more expensive by 40 centavos per liter. Meanwhile, liquefied petroleum gas or LPG is now pricier by up to 3 pesos and 75 centavos per kilogram. This translates to an increase of more than 40 pesos for an 11-kilogram tank. More than 1,000 sailors from the Philippines and the U.S. launched joint maritime exercises in the West Philippine Sea. Britain, Japan, Canada, France, and Australia are also sending personnel to join the drills, which will run until October 13th. The joint naval exercises, dubbed Sama-Sama, featured anti-submarine, surface, and electronic warfare maneuvers. U.S. Pacific Command Chief Vice Admiral Carl Thomas reiterated that all countries should be able to sail peacefully through disputed waters. One News Now will be back at 3:15 p.m. Join us again later. I'm Denise Tan. We are One News.